Do you really think that you will ask anyone that computers how to operate?
What do you think recruitment trends as of today have shaped the generation, or like what's the recent one that you're like, okay, surprised by?
Believe you me, you're talking about something on the stage or on the dais, and there you see that you receive a prompt, okay,
They compensated one for the other, right?
absolutely yes. So this is diversification of that. If you're not doing good in the other thing or something or the other, you can just make a full play of the other. Simple.
Hello everyone, my name is Sophie Verma, and joining us today we have Mr. Raj Jain, Talent Acquisition Head for APAC and India Campus Lead at eBix Cash. Thank you so much for being here, sir. How are you doing today?
Very well. I'm just glad that I'm here at this podcast. So over to you. You can definitely ask me anything and everything about the industry and all. So I'll be very happy to answer in, and if this would hold an intellect and people can just know about certain things or the aspects I can touch base, I'll be very happy about it.
Wonderful, sir. Before we dive into several of the questions, right, what do you think recruitment trends as of today have shaped the generation, or like what's the recent one that you're like, okay, surprised by, I would say?
I am really surprised by the kind of intellect and the kind of social media presence they hold in. Believe you me, you're talking about something on the stage or on the dais, and there you see that you receive a prompt, okay, hi sir and all, and they're so fast and they're so quick. Why? Because anything and everything is available with a click of a button. However, to validate and to use it at the best is more important. The shift what I've seen is no longer we ask him that computers. It has absolutely vanished from the resume. Trust me, from the recruitment perspective. So do you really think that you will ask anyone that computers how to operate? No. It is by default that yes, person would know computers, how to operate it, and nobody will ask, are you on a social media platform, be it anywhere. It is there. So in that recruitment trend, what I have seen is, I always hold an advocacy about people should be aware, however, their conceptual base and understanding should be very, very clear. And I've seen in that kind of intellect and knowledge is also there. However, they need to apply it right. So initially what happened was we used to take a lot of interviews and there were a lot of people who were not used to get selected. Nowadays what we are seeing is that they are still holding up a try-up. Try-up means that they are still trying in, and with that we see a streak that yes, they can do well. So with that we give them the opportunity, and we have built a base like a build factory. You get trained, train is to hire. This is a new shift which I've seen in, and I've seen in the kind of results we are getting is absolutely fantastic. That's what
A huge change between the generations, you would say.
Correct. Why? Because see, something which you're doing at normal is fine. Something which you're overdoing, it makes things adverse, to be honest. However, it is us, we have to fine tune and have to just draw a line between it. So we do that. And obviously how it is done, everyone has to travel their own journey, and those journeys will just hold in to connect the dots. And how the dots are connected? By experiential learning. And when they have those experiential learning, they get to know about it, and in a repeated format, they get back on track. And that's what I normally judge these things in the interview, and I feel a small streak in a person can make things good. I'm happy to hire, believe me. That's very simple, to be candid on.
That's wonderful to hear. For my semester, I would say that's wonderful to hear.
Okay.
Everyone remembers their first big break, right? What was the key moment in your career that changed the way you see recruitment?
I was more of into marketing. When I was a part of HCL, I was in London for 7 years, I would say. And that was the time I was more of into business development. That time it was more into to get some project for the organization. And I realized how important it is to get a particular project for an organization, because that dwells in the entire ecosystem. Why? We get the project, company works on, they hire in people, they do the work, and the company generates the revenue. That's how they are paid the salary. It's an ecosystem. I hope you understand. Now, the shift in my career was when there was a recession in the year 2009. So I thought with my business development sting that I have the capability and I have the power to get the business for the organization. Why can't I just wear a cap wherein if I'm getting the business to hold the sensitivity of the business, I can even hire people right who can dwell in and can just get the business right. Because it's all about that you get the base right, you get the right people at the right place, and the execution and implementation is right. So you connect in all, you see to it how the results would drive. Simple.
Completely understand, sir. Can you recall that one time when you had made like a hiring decision, right? And that completely transformed a team's dynamics.
Yes, there have been lot of instances. We get lot of invitations from lot of A, B, and tier 2, tier 3 cities. I was really surprised when I went to a tier 3 city like Kolhapur, believe me. And I was holding up a little decisive approach, and I was into two states of mind that what will happen, what not. Why? Because anybody and everybody is an employee, and every employee is a hero. Trust me, in their own well-being. Now, everybody who's an employee, who's a hero, has a boss. And when you have a boss, you have deliverables to be dwelled in. And when you have deliverables, you have the accountability and the answerability to those things. And when you have those things, you have to perform. And when you have to perform, you have to hold a result-driven approach. And keeping all these things in mind, I had this thought that this was more of a tier 3, tier 4 city. Will I be able to get the talent or not? Believe you me, what I did was I kept aside the genre that I will be checking on their communication skills. What I did was I checked on their skills on the technical front. You tell me, coding has a language? That you want to code in English or Hindi? No. Coding does not have a language. It is your conceptual understanding that builds the base and that makes you more confident. And when that confidence dwells in, you can create wonders. So what I did was, it was a shift or a paradigm from my mindset that communication still plays a vital role, but that technical knowledge and that aspect also plays pivotal role further. So what I did was, I checked in their intellectual knowledge and I checked in their technical knowledge. We derived in a lot of tests and all these things happened. We did a lot of technical assessment and they were 10 on 10. Trust me, in comparison, the people who were able to speak amazing English, but they were not technically strong. So that shifted my mindset that the vision and the thought should not be on the communication skill of a person, it should be other aspects as well. So that made a shift in the paradigm of the thought process. Simple. And that has given wonderful results. Believe me, in terms of being stable in the organization, not being a job hopper or a job seeker quite often. They are very stable. Trust me, because they were aware of their weakness on the communication skills. So like a SWOT analysis, right? What does SWOT says? Strength, opposite weakness, opportunity or threat, right? Likewise. So if their communication skills were not good, they made this as an opportunity and their forte of their technical skills, so other things were overshadowed. And they're doing wonders, believe me.
They compensated one for the other, right?
Absolutely, yes. So this is diversification as well. If you're not doing good in the other thing or something or the other, you can just make a forte of the other. Simple.
Again, sir, thank you so much for being
It was
here.
a pleasure meeting you all.
insights of
And
you.
Sophie Verma, as the name says, thank you so much. You have been absolutely delightful, and I wish you all the very best in your career. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.